Yes, the rain. Very, very strange. Sometimes strange things happen. Sometimes you see a Mario and Sonic game come out when the Olympics aren't even coming. Sometimes you'll see Kingdom Hearts come out when it's actually supposed to. Sometimes you'll see Fairy Tail be good. What am I talking about? That's not strange. That's just a miracle. Sometimes you'll even see a bad Marvel movie. But what is one such thing as a Stranger Thing? Stranger Things happen, such as Marvel having a bad movie. Also, a Fairy Tail has a good moment. And a Dragon Ball Z actually has a good moment. Stranger things do exist. Stranger things do exist. Howdy nerds everywhere, it's me, Shrugpod, and today Whoa! Hashtag hype! Hashtag you watched it! Hashtag Stranger Things! I'm going to be reviewing the hit Netflix series Rest in Peace, Slugs! We're gonna be reviewing Stranger Things, okay? Gosh dang it! Finally! So yeah, I am going to be reviewing the first season of Stranger Things. I don't know why it took me so long to get this out, because I watched the first season last October, actually. So when this releases, it's going to be close to 10 months since I've seen the show. But I'm mostly doing this because I'm really hyped for the second season, but also because you guys really wanted to see it because of the poll that I ran on Twitter. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And also I've had this script sitting here for a very long time, and now I'm finally using it. So the year is 1983. Four young kids, Lucas, Dustin, Mike, and Will, are spending their school night finishing off a Dungeons and Dragons campaign. So they all finish off at a certain point, and then they all decide to go home. So on his way home, one of the children named Will crashes his bike after he sees a figure in the middle of the road. He sprints home because he feels really uneasy about this ominous presence that he just encountered. So he arrives at home, but all of his attempts to keep the thing out are thwarted by the creature's immaculate ability to turn off lights and unlock the door from the outside. Will goes out to a shed, loads a gun, and is prepared to kill the creature, but what he doesn't know is that the being comes right from the ceiling, kidnaps Will, and Will vanishes into thin air. That's some strange things that are happening, you know? Soon after, the rest of the characters figure out that Will has gone missing, and chaos ensues. After finding a very mysterious girl, a conspiracy behind an organization, and many adulterated themes, the hunt is on. Because as soon as you figure out that the hunt is on, you soon begin to realize that this isn't just some normal kidnapping. This is something totally different than any other kind of kidnapping story, with every episode increasing the tension as it goes. So from beginning to end, the season really knows how to keep you latched on to exactly what it's trying to convey, and it really knows how to keep your attention as you're watching all these episodes for such a long period of time. Even through all the episodes, you see all these characters have really rough moments, but you still are rooting for everybody to get exactly what they want, no matter what. See, I really like the setup for the whole entire season. The beginning episode set up the mystery, and the tension just rose more and more, and it began everyone's downward spiral into the madness that this series causes. The rest of the story goes into more depth with the characters, and it is really panned out from beginning to end, and it really knows how to develop the characters and the story very well. This story is honestly pretty simple to pick up on, and it is explained very well. and it makes it entertaining for people who aren't really interested in this type of genre. So yeah, I really do enjoy this story from beginning to end. There really isn't a rough part of the story. It's something that interested me, but for somebody that really isn't interested in this kind of stuff, you'll still love it. So the cast is split up into 3 separate groups, and in one way or the other, they're all fighting for the same goal, which is to find Will. The first group I'm going to talk about is the kids group, which consists of about 4 main characters that show up constantly throughout the entire series, which is Lucas, Dustin, Mike, and Eleven. All of these kids had spectacular performances, even though they were just child actors. I consider them to be really good actors. And yes, I'm also considering Will. He also did a very good job, but he really wasn't there to try to find himself. The best part about these child actors is that they act exactly like children would. There's no censor, they freak out over small things, and just everything that comes to them is seen a lot bigger than what they are. The best out of the group had to be Eleven. She really just placed it spot on, from being scared but yet powerful at the same time, and I honestly super liked Eleven. She's one of my favorite characters, and honestly, because everybody else is on the bandwagon, and I don't really follow the bandwagon a lot, but I still think that Eleven is an awesome character, and obviously the most identifiable part of Stranger Things. So the next group I'm going to talk about is the adult group, which they both did fantastic jobs. Honestly, they were my favorite part of this entire series. The characters Joyce Byers and Hopper were done fantastically by their actors, and I really loved every single scene with them. Joyce's madness increases from episode to episode because all she wants to do is just find her son. She just becomes crazy about trying to find Will. Now, Hopper was the character that I felt like was the one character that you look at and you're all like, that guy is freaking awesome. Because every single scene with Hopper was in one way or the other trying to find Will. And he went to many different lengths in order to find Will. He's one of those characters that he has nothing else to lose, so he just kind of goes with the flow. He beat the crap out of a few people, he shot at a monster. I mean, that makes him 100 times better in my opinion. Both adults had great chemistry together, and it made every scene that they were in really special because I was excited for every single time that they showed up on the screen. And this last group has to be my least favorite, which is the group of the teenagers consisting of Jonathan, Nancy, and Steve. Now, contrary to popular opinion, I liked Nancy, but I hated Steve. I hated Steve. Now, Jonathan... Oh, we'll get to you. We'll get to you, Jonathan. We'll get to you very soon. So with Nancy, I felt like that she was a huge butthole at first, and I didn't really like her at first, but I felt like that she had a redeeming moment, and I ended up liking her in the end. Steve, on the other hand, was even more of a butt, became more of a butt, and then he had his redeeming moment, but still I didn't like him in the first place, and I didn't even like him at the very end, even with everything wrapping up. And don't get me started on the scene where Steve goes in for the Stranger Things. That's wrong! That is wrong! That's very wrong! So for this last character, I'm going to go into a bit of some spoilers, so I'm going to have a timestamp right here, so go to that part of the video so that way you don't get spoiled. Now, Jonathan was a character that I just felt bad for. He got Will back, but he didn't get the girl. He weirded some people out, but he got some epic monster killing skills. He became really cool at the end, but man, at the beginning, ooh, I just felt bad for him. He was just made to be one of those characters that you feel bad for, but in the end, I just felt bad for him too, even though he had awesome moments. All of these characters I liked so much. Each of them were super entertaining, and this is probably the largest cast that I've seen in a while that I've liked all around. Yes, of course, I had problems with them, but it's still a likable cast. I like all of these characters, even though some of them were very rough to get along with and like, but I still enjoyed their characters because it made the story very well. I mean, if you're comparing to casts like How I Met Your Mother and Avatar: The Last Airbender, I mean, you have these casts of just small people and you end up liking all of them. But Stranger Things has almost double of the cast of Avatar and How I Met Your Mother combined for the main characters, and yet you like all of them, which I think that's pretty memorable for them to be such a likable cast. So the first season had an epic conclusion that incorporated a second season, but at the same time left you with enough questions and answers that if this was the end, that it could be needed. Right now, season 2 is announced and almost 2 months away to be released, as everyone knows, because it was in the Super Bowl, blah blah blah, yada yada. All of the characters and story elements were arranged that it was just a large homage to the 80s, and I wasn't alive during the 80s, but from what I've seen, it matches the tone pretty well from the other movies that I've seen. And the ending, even though it was a tad bit ambiguous, it qualified for ending a season, even though if it was a series finale, then I would be content with the ending too. But yes, I did hate the moments of these characters. Some of them I really hated, but yet they were all likable because of how they incorporated to the story. So that makes me really hyped for season 2. Hopefully I can end up liking these some of the characters that I had problems with in the first season and the second season, and then I can honestly just be blown away by how all these characters are. I can't wait for season 2 to come out, and I feel like that you need to watch this as soon as possible, because, I mean, it's coming up soon, and I think it'd be great for you to be able to watch season 2 when it comes out. So, with that in mind, I'm going to give Stranger Things season 1 a 9.1 out of 10. And, I mean, yeah, you need to watch this. You need to. Steve is a butthole, but he's a likable butthole. So if you're interested in watching season 1 of Stranger Things, the only way that you're able to is by getting a Netflix subscription and watching the 8 episodes, every episode being about 45 minutes to an hour long. So yeah, they're long episodes, and I really do suggest you go and watch this show, because it's coming out on Halloween. I'm gonna stay up all night watching it. It's gonna be great. So, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested in watching more of my videos, I have an entire playlist of all my reviews. There's only 22 of them. It'd be great if you watched them. I would really appreciate it. You can always follow me on Twitter. I ran a poll for the reason of this video. I ran a poll to see if what you guys were interested in, and Stranger Things won, so that's the reason that this video is coming out. I'm gonna do more of those and see what you guys are interested in, so just if you follow me on Twitter, then you can do that too. Also, subscribe here. You can get more videos instead of waiting, you know? No. You have to wait on them, but you don't have to know what's what, like what's coming out next. Just saying. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.